Hey everybody, video here for you today, of course, looking over some stories while drinking my coffee, trying to wake up here. I think I found one to talk about. Let's go down to Scotland here. This is very near Lockerbie, Scotland, and that name still reverberates today. This story really caught my eye because I have wanted to talk about this guy for a while. But here, a fort, new drone footage and other things. Fort right down here. Whose fort is this? Mr. William Wallace of Braveheart fame. Here is the surrounding area, and here is the fort right down here. Let's go over to a couple news stories here. I will leave a few links below. Here is one story, new drone view of William Wallace's hidden fort. Here's what I just showed you on Google Earth right there. I'll show you a better topographical view here in a second. It says hundreds of aerial photographs of the site were taken using drone. It says an aerial archaeological survey has produced new views of a hidden fort reputedly built by William Wallace in southern Scotland. The site near Lochmaben is recorded in the New Statistical Account of Scotland published in the 19th century. It describes a hidden stronghold as his base to sally forth to annoy the English. A drone was used to help survey the site, known as Wallace's House, and create a three-dimensional model. Right there. William Wallace used to hang out there. It says hundreds of photographs taken by air by remote-controlled drone are stitched together using point-matching software to create a 3D terrain model, stripping away scrub and ground vegetation. It's a fascinating and revealing technique that really begins to open up the landscape, and this seemed like the ideal site to investigate. There isn't much evidence on the surface, but the rampart and topography matches the historic description very well. Here is a pic of Mr. William Wallace, or better yet, a drawing of him. It says William Wallace is reputed to have built the fort near Lochmaben in Dumfries and Galloway. Now, this new statistical account of Scotland was compiled using responses to a questionnaire sent to every minister in Scotland. It covers a wide range of subjects, including evidence of historic ruins in their parishes. The account describes the site of the fort with an extensive view to the south as a strong place of defense. Here is a look at an old map documenting the site here. It says Sir William Wallace, while meditating the capture of the castle of Lochmaben in 1297, is said to have kept 16 men there, with whom he sailed forth to annoy the English garrison under Greystock and Sir Hugh of Morland, it added. There is old documentation of this fort and who it belonged to. Here is a look at a three-dimensional topographical map here. You notice how this fort would have sat up kind of on a point. Would have been pretty hard to get to, except from the north, I believe it would be. But this had a great view overlooking the whole area here. Here's another link I will leave below. This is the Scotsman, William Wallace's Forgotten Fort discovered. It's the same pic. It does have one more look at the site here. Three-dimensional view. Got all the trees and vegetation here. Once again, map of Wallace's fort here. Look at the guy himself. A drawing done here. This comes from about 700 years ago. A lot of us are familiar with Braveheart. I just thought this was an interesting story to talk about. I don't think I mentioned William Wallace in a video, but I like covering all sorts of history. And that is one from this morning. Hope you thought that was cool. Oop, I forgot to do my Google Earth thing here. Jeez. Hope you thought that was interesting. It's early. Give me a break. Hope you thought that was cool, and you all have. Very safe day.